Kate and Prince William secretly preparing to take over monarchy to cement future as king. Kate and Prince William have been secretly preparing themselves to become the new faces of the monarchy according to a royal expert. Prince William's responsibilities as a senior royal are expected to increase following the departure of his brother, Prince Harry. However, royal experts Rachel Bowie and Roberta Fiorito have claimed in the next 6 to 8 months, Kate and William will also be preparing themselves to be the next generation of the royal family. While on the Royally Obsessed podcast, the pair noted that behind the scenes Prince William has been taking on a larger role in the royal family and this will continue to grow. Ms. Fiorito said, "I think we are going to be seeing a lot more of Prince William. I think in the next 6 to 8 months he is really going to step up. We are going to see him in a bigger role in the royal family. There are a couple of things coming up that I think he is already working on. I think he is cementing his place as the next generation of the royal family. With Prince Harry not there all the time, I think a lot is going to fall on his shoulders and I am really excited to see that happen." Ms. Bowie agreed and said that she felt the same about Kate, as both royals had become more outspoken. To the delight of many fans across the world, Prince William and Kate have made more virtual appearances due to the coronavirus pandemic. This approach has been widely commended as it has allowed royalists a look into the royal couple's lives. This may prove beneficial to the couple as focus shifts away from Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Both Ms. Bowie and Ms. Fiorito have previously said, Prince William and Kate are becoming more relatable to the public and this will help them in the future. In a previous podcast, Ms. Bowie said, "These Zoom calls really provide this insight into their lives and their personal goings-on that we don't normally see. It is like the unglossy version of them but I still love to see that side of them, to be honest." Ms. Fiorito agreed and said, "That is such a great way of describing it and I totally feel the same way. I feel like it is making them have such a larger presence and makes them so much more relatable to me." The Queen believes the future is William. But what about Kate? Behind the closed doors of Her Majesty's private office, the subject of Prince William has taken precedence over every other state matter in recent months. To those within the Queen's inner circle, a small team of royal heavyweights including her private secretary Christopher Gtz and her former private secretary Sir Robin Janvrin, the news that William is being lined up as a shadow king is of no surprise. They have quietly been orchestrating his move to the center stage, where he will join his father as an ambassador for Great Britain, since last summer. While the palace has continually denied to this newspaper the Queen's intentions to cut back on official engagements, both overseas and in the UK, there is now concrete proof that plans are in place for the younger generation of royals to step in and assist the monarch, with William at the forefront. As the second in line to the throne, William's introduction to the public stage has been a slow process. Until now the 27-year-old has preferred to stay in the shadow of the working members of the royal family and focus on his military career. He is currently training as a search and rescue helicopter pilot, which, say friends, enables him to live an ordinary life. But aides close to the prince say that after a privileged private existence that has included a gap year and 4 years at St. Andrews University, he is now ready to take on more royal engagements. Yesterday, it was announced that William had graduated with flying colors to become a fully fledged military helicopter pilot. Charles will see his son presented with his wings next month, though it will be nearly a year before he finishes his advanced search and rescue training. 2 months ago, William said he wanted to be more than just an ornament who turned up and opened things when he took over royal duties, and would prefer to make a difference. While the Queen is in robust health, despite suffering from a nasty cold recently, the reality is that at 83 she is unwilling to undertake as many royal engagements as before. The Duke of Edinburgh is now 88 and although he carries out an impressive number of engagements every week, he also finds the pressure of overseas tours punishing. It has been decided that the Queen and the Duke will make greater use of the royal train when they do travel to save the upheaval of staying in private residences and hotels. Last month the Queen and Philip visited Bermuda to celebrate the 400th anniversary of the island's settlement by the British. They also went to Trinidad and Tobago during the 3-day tour, but sources at the palace insist that such trips will become less frequent. This year Prince Charles and the Duchess of Cornwall stepped in on behalf of the Queen to carry out an official tour of Canada in November. Now aides say Prince William will also be asked to carry out such tours in place of the Queen. While Charles is said to be keen to focus on his environmental campaigns and travel with his own agenda in mind, Camilla is reluctant to take on overseas travel. She finds the heat in the tropics unbearable and, according to one close friend, just wants to be at home with her grandchildren. Her daughter Laura, who already has a daughter, is about to give birth to twins, while her son Tom has a young daughter, with another child due in March. The source added, "The last thing Camilla wants is to start globe-trotting. She is happily settled and loves nothing more than having her kids and her grandchildren over for Sunday lunch. She doesn't want a hectic calendar packed with tours." Earlier this year, Camilla withdrew from the final leg of a 10-day tour of the Far East after complaining about the heat and humidity. She did not appear to enjoy the tour of Canada she undertook with Charles, which was blighted by anti-monarchist protests. The Mail on Sunday was told in October that William was being lined up for his first official overseas tour in place of the Queen. At the time, Clarence House declined to comment, but later announced that he would travel to New Zealand and Australia on his first solo overseas tour. The prince is due to fly to New Zealand on January 17 for a 2-day trip during which he will carry out engagements in Auckland and Wellington. On January 19 he will fly to Australia for further engagements in Sydney and Melbourne. Clarence House aides insist that William's priority is his military career and his patronages to his assorted charities. This month he will attend the 40th birthday celebrations of homeless charity Centre Point, and he has told his staff he wants to step up his charity work. Earlier this year he and Harry merged their charities to create the Charity Foundation of Prince William and Prince Harry. Senior officials say the Queen agreed with the decision, largely because it will free William to carry out more official engagements on her behalf. A palace source told me, "There is a lot more pressure for the prince to step up to the plate. The instruction from the top is, don't overburden me. The Queen is aware she is not getting any younger and she wants the new generation to start doing more. She sees Charles and now William as her substitutes and she wants to get them off the bench." Another source said, William's trip in January is all about testing the water. The Queen suspects that William is going to be very well received and it is her sincere hope that he will be. She very much believes that the future of the monarchy lies in William. While the Queen is determined, publicly at least, not to show signs of slowing down, her aides insist she plans to cut back on the amount of foreign travel she undertakes. Plans for her Diamond Jubilee in 2012 are underway and organizers have been told she does not want to travel overseas, nor does she want a schedule as grueling as her Golden Jubilee celebrations in which she traveled up and down the country. Last month the palace denied any plans for her to cut back on engagements and issued a rare denial. It is entirely untrue to suggest that the Queen has requested not to travel overseas in 2012 or indeed to reduce her UK program. Despite the statement, senior advisors insist that the start of a handover of power is already well underway, and although there is no suggestion that Charles will be overlooked in the succession to the throne, William is seen as the golden future for the House of Windsor. The fact that Kate Middleton is now, to all intents and purposes, a bride-in-waiting only adds to the belief that William will breathe fresh life into the monarchy. Royal sources indicate that a more enhanced role is also being prepared for Kate next year, including a growing number of charity appearances, to help endear her to the British people. The couple have been dating for 6 years without an engagement announcement, leading to Miss Middleton being dubbed Waity Katie. One option being considered is to dovetail the wedding with the Jubilee celebrations. William will turn 30 in 2012, the age he once said he was likely to be when he married. For the time being, Clarence House continues to insist that the subject of an engagement has not even been discussed. Within William and Kate's tight-knit circle of friends, however, it is now acknowledged that it is a case of when, not if, they tie the knot. Speculation that the two may be planning to announce an engagement emerged last week when the Queen took the unprecedented step of warning newspapers they face legal action if they publish paparazzi pictures of the royal family in private situations. It is understood that the Queen does not want embarrassing pictures of the family out shooting at Sandringham over Christmas. Last year they included unedifying shots of Prince Edward chastising a dog with a stick while out hunting. Kate was also upset when pictures of her shooting prompted a raft of hate mail from anti-blood sports campaigners. However, it has still not been confirmed whether she will be at Sandringham this year. And although courtiers have been making long-term preparations for a wedding, there is unlikely to be any announcement of an engagement until both William and the palace are happy that he is established in his new role.